In 2291, in an attempt to control violence among deep space miners, the New Earth government legalized no-holds-barred fighting. Leandri Mining Corporation, working with the NEG, established a series of leagues and bloody public exhibitions. The fight's popularity grew with their brutality. Soon, Leandri discovered that the public matches were their most profitable enterprise. The professional league was formed. A cabal of the most violent and skilled warriors in known space, selected to fight in a grand tournament. Now it is 2341. 50 years have passed since the founding of Deathmatch. Profits from the tournament number in the hundreds of billions. You have been selected to fight in the professional league by the Leandri Rules Board. Your strength and brutality are legendary. The time has come to prove you are the best. To crush your enemies. To win the tournament.
Hello. Welcome back to another edition of Fall UT4 League, hosted by UTPugs. Tonight we bring to you Globo Gym versus Crytek's team, who I don't know the name of offhand. That's how it was listed in the match time schedule, so that is how it will be listed as far as we know for right now, unless somebody has the wherewithal to correct me, which, go ahead. I'm always looking for improvement. As always, let me know if audio quality, volume, something needs to be changed. I am always experimenting, tweaking to find a great healthy medium for all of you for the best listening and viewing experience. And we are, they all joined the hub, well, the people who are in, once the game was up, all joined very quickly, but now we're waiting on the last few. Hopefully Chris Powell does not have another experience where he's crashing over and over again, so you viewers don't have to watch Unreal Tournament Pause Simulator while we wait for him to reconnect every 3 to 4 rounds. That was quite an unfortunate experience. Hopefully, these two teams should be fairly evenly matched. Both Crytek and Later Aid, huge heavy carries. You know, good combination of second and third players, and then a lower player. But should be tough matches all around. Strong players in most of the positions. You know, for the what salary levels all the various players are. But we are just waiting for another few to join, and we will get into the match here shortly. But Chris Pa has joined on time, thankfully. Still waiting for, I believe, Darth and Stone Cold are the last two for Crytek's team. Very hit scan heavy, very kind of passive team. Chris Pa isn't necessarily the hit scan player, but he is a very he likes to kind of hide in corners, get like flak and whatnot out, and do a lot of damage that way. It's kind of like playing hide and seek / whack-a-mole with him. Darth and Stone Cold usually will be together, back of the map somewhere, spawn or some other location. Here they're going to be water pillar and or statues. That's where they are pretty much every round. And then Crytek's kind of the one making things happen, which he gets out a lot of damage for being the entry point for his team in a lot of cases, which is, I mean, hats off to him. That is very tough. And I will add on behind view for all of you until we get into the game. It is just the better spectating experience. Third-person view with no camera control is a nightmare to watch. But true. Oh, and they join almost at the same time, as if they are linked by a common brain cell that tells them to go to the back of maps and hit scan away. These two, quite linked in many ways. But we should be hearing readies shortly and hopefully getting into the game very soon after that. However, later it says need a minute. What do you need a minute for, brother? Like, you've been in here for, 5 minutes getting ready. Come on, dude. We had a scheduled match time. It is now 9:06. What are you guys doing? Get in the hub. Get in the stream. If you are not in this match, watch, have fun. Get all of your friends and UT adjacent acquaintances in for this UT4 Fall Elim League matchup. However, Stone Cold leaving the hub. So I guess even with Laterade needing a minute, we would not have started anyways. A little unfortunate that, the match is up and you think that they're going to be ready and everyone in the hub and ready to start on time, but it's just never how it works out. We have Crytek saying, okay, no problem. Seemed like a delayed reaction to... Oh, okay, so Laterade didn't need the minute. Snipies was grabbing something from the oven. Hydro is, apparently, Hydro is ringing for Snipies right now, and he had to get some Dino Nuggies. But Stone Cold doing his best Chris Powell impression, not in the match right now. Sitting here waiting. Unfortunate reality of league play. There are always delays. Nothing ever starts on time in the Unreal Tournament community. If it did, we would actually be the 99 ranked bot community, where you have 5 minutes to get in the hub or you get banned. Would be quite nice for circumstances like this, but it is a match. We do want them all to be here and not be absolutely. And hey, Stone Cold rebooting right now. I know there's been some criticism about stopping mid-map to try and restart to fix frame issues. A bit of a mixed bag for both a lot of people. Both frustrating, but we also all know how unoptimized this game can be, and sometimes you just start getting weird frame lag, and you need a reboot, you need something just to fix it up, and it can start really kind of at any time, it seems like. Although I'm guessing it's just something weird with how your computer's processing data at the moment, because it does seem odd that it starts mid-game, but nobody's perfect, and computers are fickle things, so it happens. But it is good that rather than try and do this mid-map, we have a player preemptively rebooting and making it, trying to smooth out the processes as easily as he can. All you low pingers should feel ashamed of yourselves. Darth is apparently advocating for Bogota. I mean, you would too if you had a team that, you could get Crytek down to 80 ping. Would be absolutely big deal for him. I believe, it's kind of been, this is a North American Cup, and if there's like a South American, it would be like Bogota for, is what it is.
3, 2, 1.
It's always going to be a method of contention. Servers are going to always be a question. We will go with Laterade round 1. Actually, no, we got to go for Crytek. He is the $1,000 player in this cup. He gets first round privileges. And this is what I mean. He's kind of trying to take over the difficult areas for his team, but now he's backing off. Normally I expected him to still push forward, but he's going to play this one passively. Sees Nolja, but decides Snipies is better. Great timing to turn around and shoot Nolja, but unfortunately he's just surrounded by people right now, and it's down to him and Chris Powell in a 3v2. Going to be hard for them. He's just surrounded, taken down. Chris Powell is now in the 3v1, trapped with Nolja down in the Thunderdome that is Rockets on this map. And for the next round, we will 100% go with Laterade, the top, the third highest rated player, tied with Turns, or the second, one of the two in the cup. He definitely gets an early round follow. And we're going to see if he can bring his team to a 2-0 lead. Very aggressive. Laterade loves to push forward, eats a huge combo from Crytek. Darth finishes him off. Nolja getting the kill back to put it to a 3-2 advantage, and now Crytek in the 3v1. And they know where he is. He is looking. He has got to hit somebody with something. Snipey's one primary away, but a couple people need some. It looks like somebody hit their teammate there. There was damage that I think went off. No, that was just Crytek. I was looking at multiple things. Crytek can now win this with one shot, either a beam or a snipe, or, hey, get some other damage. He successfully, I don't know if that was a block or a miss, but great use of the shield gun, secures himself a sniper's worth of health. He can survive. And now he is just going to be of trying to avoid and praying that he doesn't get headshot. Sees where his opponent is going to guard this pack, sees him at statues. Great shot from Crytek, puts it to 1 apiece. And Snipey's currently at 4.6 PPR. We will go with Snipey's for this next round, see if he can keep it up. He's currently outputting the highest contribution to his team. Cores his teammate in the back. That is not how you want to start a round, but that is, unfortunately, with phasing, just something that happens at the beginning of rounds in UT4, but it's also even more annoying trying to move around your teammates with body block on. But anyways, he gets flak down at the bio area, and Laterade, huge combo onto Darth. He takes a shot in return, but he's trying to get out damage. Hits Crytek, big damage. Crytek now in a 3v1. Laterade headshots him. Oof, that feels bad. Crytek, we know you're $1,000, but your noggin doesn't have to be that large. Quick recap, Nolja is now currently, I cannot type properly, but Nolja is 4.3 PPR, Crytek 4.6. So we're going to go on board with Nolja, see if he can continue his winning ways. But right now, he is at shock stairs doing nothing. It seems like sometimes when you're at shock stairs, it's a Thunderdome, and sometimes almost rockets his teammate. Not exactly a great look. Probably breathed a sigh of relief that it wasn't as bad as it could have been. See Stone Cold. Snipe Stone Cold. Stone Cold. There's somebody high water. Missing every shot. There's a bad Hunger Games parody where the main character was named Can't Miss Every Shot. And that was apparently what whoever was at top water was doing. And when I switched to Laterade in the 2v1, he gets taken down immediately. Really unfortunate. No one on their team is really doing great, but it's map 1. We are going to give everyone a bit of a shout here. And Darth, you are up. Show us what you've got. And hits a snipe, and you're going to love seeing this water pillar, backhauls, and statues if you are watching Darth. Apparently, he is Tier's long-lost cousin, although Tier's probably has less movement than this. He prefers more static camping. Laterade now into 2v2, trying to secure the round for his team. Chris Powa in his face with the LG instead of a flak. That is kind of wild to see that coming out of Chris Powa. That is not usually how he plays the game, but he figured he was going to be a hero. And now Laterade is crouching. Here's somebody, fights Chris Powa, takes him down, leaves the health pack. Crytek is he's just watching. Figured that Laterade would not go for that health after the half second, and just went to cut him off at mini. Takes him down. We're going to give some love to Snipeys right now, and see what he's made of. Apparently, he is made of magnets for combos, as he eats a pretty hefty one right off the bat, 80 or so damage, about a sniper's worth. And the Thunderdome at shock stairs this round, we get it, and Globo Gym gets the worst of it out of the two teams. And Laterade and Necro now in a 3v2. Fairly killable healths, and they make it a 2v2, so this is easily doable. Darth and, well, now Laterade is in the 1v2, but both players die to a stiff breeze. So this is very winnable, but missing the shot. Darth landing the smiley. Feels bad. Laterade probably fuming. And we are gonna go on board now with Chris Power. Show us the power, man. Hopefully, like, you can show us half of that. Wasn't a lot of power. Well, we'll go on board with Stone Cold and see if him and Darth can win another. Now, see if Stone Cold can win the 3v1. Spoiler alert, he cannot. At least this time. But we will stick with him for this next round and get everything down. Take a quick peek at the scoreboard. Laterade leading the way with 3.6. Nolja 3.5. Crytek leading the way for his team at 4.3. Darth bringing it up to 3. Stone Cold and Chris not doing the hottest right now. But luckily, Snipies and Necro aren't doing that well either. Crytek kind of being the difference maker at 4.5 right now. He seems to be he's securing the kills. When he's the last man alive, he's getting the job done for his team, even though he's got a little bit less damage than Laterade. But Stone Cold runs directly into somebody. It looks like he's turning around with a steering wheel. What is that sensitivity? That is an IG player for you. And, you know, the turning radius is not great. It's like a battleship turret turning. Takes a while to get to where it's aiming before it can do the damage of massive 16-inch shells. But Stone Cold now in the 1v1 with Nolja. And my quick math says that Nolja survives a sniper. So he's going to need to hit 2 shots of something. Either 2 snipes, sniping a primary. Now he just needs to hit anything. Stone Cold, correctly assessing the situation, brings out the shock, hits the primary, wins the round for his team. That was a lovely piece of work. And we're going to go back on board with Crytek, the man with 4.1 PPR leading the hub, 50% LG accuracy. And there was an entire conversation earlier this week about how he likes to just shoot a lot of shots and usually doesn't have high AC, but right now he is definitely hitting. Sees Necro, misses Necro. Sees Nolja. Can't quite land. He's like a half second behind where he needs to be right now. And whether it be, well, he wasn't a half second behind there as he just eliminates Nolja with extreme prejudice. Quick flick, sees Laterade, and now they are going to be hunting each other. Both survive 1 snipe. Crytek can not survive 2. He's in kind of the worst position, though. He will die, Laterade won't, and he manages to get some semblance of high ground back. But this isn't exactly where you want to be. He knows exactly where you can go, exactly where, you know, what your options are. Can kind of pre-fire those angles. Takes down Crytek, Laterade, the ace. He's going to get this next round for sure after that. We'll see if he can continue that. Unlikely, but you never know. Right now he's kind of... I feel like this is just Signify personified. A lot of rounds you just end up seeing nobody. But it doesn't matter, his team is cleaning up. Lands the big combo. Lands the primary. There's 1 player left with 6 health. It is Stone Cold. He is not long for this world. Laterade makes sure of it. Takes him down with the sniper rifle. Right now, at the halfway point, as we go into this best of 9, we have Laterade 4.2 PPR, Nolja 3.8 PPR. Crytek has slowed down, come back to Earth 3.6, probably why it got tied up. Crytek kind of has to keep it going right now. Nolja and Laterade definitely being problematic, and right now Nolja's being aggressive, just calming. He's providing comms, giving good information, but unfortunately dies a little early this round and puts Laterade and Snipies in the 3v2, but Laterade quickly makes that a 2v2. Laterade makes that a 2v1. Crytek is now left alone. And he can take Snipies out and Laterade out pretty much instantly. Snipies dies to anything. Late will take a snipe. Takes able to take out Snipies. Laterade with the peek at the same time, able to get the follow-up. Unfortunate for Crytek there. Probably the first round that Crytek hasn't won in a while. And Laterade's just going to get aggro right off the bat. Nice little sitting point to try and get some damage out while not getting shot from behind there. I should memorize that myself for future use. But Laterade now running for his life with 10 HP, trying to shield gun away, runs directly into Crytek's awaiting arms, and leaves Snipies in the 2v1. They know where he is. He's in a bad spot. Crytek in a boot jump. Stone Cold going down. Great shot by Snipies. Headshots Crytek. He could win this with one shot, but Crytek pre-fires those rockets at the corner, absolutely finishes him off, brings us back to a level 6-6, and puts his team back into, you know, an even match, and puts this match into a best of 7. Crytek 16-8, 3.5 PPR. Laterade 4.4 PPR. He is absolutely firing on all cylinders right now. Crytek he is hitting this round. Pretty much every shot he is firing is going well for him. Nolja gets right in on his face and takes him down, however. Goes down quickly after. Snipies and Stone Cold's a little bit... Take that back. Snipies now dead. Darth and Stone Cold are together, playing well. And so now Necro in the 2v1, completely surrounded. He is healthy, but so is Darth. Darth is a Zio stacked, and they team up, take him down. Really unfortunate for Necro there with how who was alive. Snipies at full health got deleted, just putting him in a really tough 2v1 situation. But Laterade now playing high water, getting some value, getting a snipe. We'll see if he can actually add anything more to this round. He sees a couple people. Combo was a half-second too late. But sees a couple at shock stairs. 50 damage. Not nothing, but not exactly what you'd want. And he's looking to try and get more. He's in a 4v1. This is going to be a tough sell for him. I mean, everyone on their team is pretty healthy. I do agree with how he's playing this. You pretty much do have to land some early damage when people are still healthy and manage to pick somebody off, and then you gotta get on your horses and start running. Because the moment they find you, there's 4 people on you, and that's very hard to survive. Especially when they're glowing like Crytek's team was. Crytek's team now in an 8-6 advantage. Let's see if Laterade can bring this back for his team. Sees Darth, lands about 90 on him. He's definitely dropping down. It's Laterade. They just hold Darth in there, and Laterade comes up for the huge combo from Crytek. Crytek absolutely eliminates most of Laterade's health bar. Jumping up, somewhat returns the favor to Crytek. Lands a good snipe. Crytek 10 HP. Laterade a little bit better, but still hurt. Crispow does not see him at all, but now Crytek gets right back onto Laterade and puts his team in a 3-1 advantage. Nolja in a rough spot here, really needs to win this so his team does not go down to map point, and it's looking like it's going to be difficult for him as he gets alt-minied. We don't really see that too much. But it is 9-6, Crytek leading the way for his team, 3.4. Darth, 3.2. Stone Cold has brought it up to 2.2, which is really making the difference. Laterade needs to almost return to that 4+ PPR point, but it's, I mean, to be fair, as the matches go longer, it gets harder to keep up that 4.0 pace. Just the law of kind of averages. But now Laterade trying to stave off map defeat for his team, and he is stuck. They know where he is. They are going to start hunting, start comboing, start shooting from shock stairs, and he's got to get a kill very soon. Otherwise, it's going to be very hard to get rid of this. Does get a kill. He now has a chance. Gets 2. Darth is healthy. Will survive 2 snipes. Laterade really needs... He gets 1. Darth now at 1 snipe. Laterade needs this to win for his team. He's going to start repositioning. Darth is going to move around the map. He might be able to go get that health pack. He's going to sit here. Darth must not have heard the lift. Laterade definitely did. He is now looking at water. He saw Darth's feet. Darth probably watching that health pack. Ooh, boot jump from Darth. Darth! Both players died at almost anything. Laterade has health available, and Darth does not. Darth gets the dodging kill. Laterade probably could have won that had he not gone for the health pack, I feel. But it would have been tough. He would have definitely had to damage Darth. It was always going to be difficult. But, you know, that was a ferocious attempt from Laterade to try and keep his team in the map. Unfortunately, it does go to Crytek. Crytek 3.3 with 3.5k. Darth 3.6k, out damaging Crytek, getting the kills when it mattered. 3.3 as well. 2 players really kind of providing a lot of go forward for Crytek's team. Stone Cold and Chris Pawa also both very they outdid their opponents, their respective salary opponents on the other team. That kind of made a big difference there. That made up for the little bit of less PPR that Darth and Crytek had to Laterade and Nolja, but they did a great job, and I'm almost pretty positive that Signify was Crytek's pick, and this is probably Globo Jim's pick. And Darth leaving the game. We're going to see what he needs to do. Maybe a reboot, just a quick restart before map begins. Maybe he wants to, make sure he's not going to have any frame drops. I'm going to take a quick water break and actually update the match score as well. Still waiting on Darth to rejoin. Unfortunate delays at the start of both maps. A lot of times I don't have this much time in between maps. Would be nice to know this ahead of time. Could make sure that I have, a drink break to go get a drink if I need one. Thankfully, I did plan ahead, brought extras. Talking through one map is thirsty work. That is 100% for sure. Also, weird thing I've noticed, and I think people think I'm tired, but doing a lot of talking in a row without drinking anything or making sure I'm taking good, deep breaths and good pauses makes me want to yawn, which is really odd. It's not something I would have expected, but it happens. I do believe yawning is a physiological response to not getting enough oxygen, which does happen when you're tired. So if I'm blabbermouthing and jaw flapping enough that I am outputting more oxygen than I'm taking in, that could certainly cause me to yawn. So I apologize if that comes across on the broadcast. But it is something I'm learning to deal with and improve on as we go every single time. So hopefully each successive cast is better than the last one. Lightheaded, is that in relation to the yawning? Because that is definitely what it feels like. A little bit. I feel like I'm still focused, but it is... It definitely... It feels harder to kind of enunciate and talk when I start getting a little winded. It is never a problem for streaming, by the way. This is actually quite a lot of fun, and I'm glad I can bring a good service to the community. I'm not the best with all of the coding, computer, engine work, and helping run the community that way. So being able to give back what I can is always, it's great. It's a good feeling, and it's better than you know, not being able to provide as much community maintenance as, say, like PB or Fantasy or DC or all of the people who've added all of their expertise over the years in building a lot of nice features for this community. But we are into the next map. We will go on board with Crytek round 1 just because, you know, $1,000 player, his team won the last map. And we got to see how he pushes forward for his team. He's going to run directly into later aid, and they both back off from each other. Crytek showing that he knows the angles and where people are likely to be on this map, but runs directly, snipies right in his face. Crytek taking some incidental damage. Nolja going to jump in. Crytek gets some damage out, but he runs right into the combo of snipies. Now Chris Power is in a 4v1, and no one is particularly low, and they are just on him with every gun imaginable. They take him out and take the 1-0 lead to start with. So same order, we will go right on board with Later Aid for round 2 of the map, and see if he can get his team to a 2-0 scoreline this time. Well, last time they were only, they lost the round and went to a 1-1. But absolutely sends Stone Cold flying with that combo. He just bought his airline ticket, and he enjoyed his flight on Later Aid Airlines. But Later Aid right now, he's going to reposition Stone Cold. Well, after he enjoyed his flight, he's not going to enjoy the landing. He doesn't. I'm unable to swap to him in time, but he goes down quite quickly. So since I found him right at the end, we are going to stick with him in fact, and see he lands a quick peek snipe, getting out some damage using the window shooty capabilities of the version of elucidation we've decided to use. I feel like I mention this every time. I prefer this version, I think, for UT4. Makes glass a bit more saleable. Otherwise, it is quite hard to push people that decide to sit where Stone Cold was just sitting. But right now, he is in ramps. That's not usually where you want to sit. In ramps, you'd rather be towards the high mid so you can rotate quickly. But his team looks headshot snipies. I guess he knows something I don't. Cannot criticize him at all for his choices so far this round, seeing as he is playing well and getting some damage out. But I can compliment Later Aid for taking down Stone Cold and putting Darth and Chris Power, well, putting Darth into the 3v1, and they know exactly where he is. They are once again barraging him with every weapon imaginable. Takes him down 3-0 in favor of Globo Gem. It seems like they knew this is a map exactly that they wanted to make this team with high pingers play. I know I would hate this map if I had high ping. There's a lot of very quick flaks that you need to be able to bring out. People can just get on you very quickly from close angles. And you have to be able to swap to those projectile weapons and get them out of your face. So far, watching Snipies this round. He doesn't seem like he's hit too much, but he has been hit plenty. But he has been a successful damage sponge for his team, as now Stone Cold is in the 3v1, trying to land shots. Lands one, does not land two, and he's getting linked down. Slow to turn again. IG sensitivity not coming in handy. And right now, scoreboard check later at 5.3 PPR. We will be sticking with him until he kind of cools down 60% LG. Although, to be fair, I don't feel like people shoot too much LG on this map. It's just, it's not common. Most of what you see are, like, you know, quick shots like that and then a swap. Exactly how Laterade's doing it. That's something I've had to add to my game as well. On maps like this, it is a great habit to have. Crytek now in the 4v1, he dies so quickly. Oops. Yeah, we're getting a lot of headshots right now. Maybe it is just I'm luckily spectating the people who are getting them at the time they are, but... Ooh, Snipies taking a lot of damage there. I meant to be on Laterade. And he's on a rampage. The man is not dying. I mean, granted, they're 5-0. He hasn't had many chances to die. I mean, he's 11-0. Necro's 3-0. His team has 3 deaths across 6 rounds. Right now, they are boat racing the hell out of Crytek's team on this map, laying the blueprint for how to play Elucidation against their team, which my team certainly did not do. We mounted a furious comeback when we realized how to play against them, but we just didn't do it soon enough. Put ourselves in a bad spot. But now, let's see if Laterade can keep his killing spree alive. He's... well, now he's got to take out 3 players. He does take out 2. Crytek is snipeable. He doesn't get it! Laterade came so close, and Crytek got him with, I think, just the high ping peak sniper. He was just... he could see Laterade on his screen a little bit longer, and Laterade didn't get the shot off first. Even though it looked like Laterade was back behind the line, it just wasn't able to get it. But in this one, he is fully stacked. 140, 100. He shoots his teammate. That is a bit unfortunate as he's moving across. Dodges the rocket. Gets Crytek. Pretty much gets back. He's right back to his killing ways. 17-1. He is crushing it. Thank you for reading the nice handy-dandy little tooltip smoles. I'm glad that someone mentioned that a while ago. I added a nice handy match score. The first map was Signify, so pretty obvious. I think that was Crytek's pick. Elucidation definitely seems like Laterade's pick. Well, Globo Jim's pick, or Nolja's pick, I should say. And right now, Nolja and, well, they died very quickly there, almost simultaneously. And, you know, we have to go... We're sticking. We gotta stick with Laterade. The man is 17-2. Darth didn't spawn. They're gonna need to draw this round. That is weird. I feel like we haven't seen that a lot this map, and it is not common. Looks like Laterade is going to be the designated. Stone Cold does not get the memo. So they're going to have to give a... I don't know what... 1 second. Darth should be able to do this. I'm going to have to... Yeah, and I do think that this is correct. It's the only way to get it back to a somewhat even game state. because those rounds do matter for tiebreakers and such. So getting the extra rounds is not what they should. Like, they basically got an extra round win that they might not have gotten otherwise, and they probably wouldn't have in a 4v3 with how they've been playing this. I do wish we had some amount of idea as to what I wish we could have an Elim setting where we could alter the scores through an admin menu. It would actually be really handy for a situation like that. They could just finish out the map, finish out the round, and we could change it. But, you know, unfortunately it is what it is. I mean, seven round wins are easier to come back from than 8, but I mean, it could have been very important that they, you know, only won 10-3 when it comes down to it, or they lost 10-3 as opposed to 10-2, etc. At the end of the season. Darth asking a question. I think his team is complaining, or Darth is complaining. Don't know, but Crytek goes down 10-3. I feel like this is probably what it would have ended up being anyways. I think they probably would have won another round. I don't think they would have made the comeback. They were just getting rolled over. That's actually, I think, the first time we've seen a no spawn on this map. So I'm curious what spawn they had. I think maybe they got it looked like the ramp spawn, potentially. Which, I mean, Kozan's been doing a lot of investigation onto why it happens on some maps, although some of them have only been the first round, which is always wild to me. If, like, first round, there's a chance that it happens and it never happens again. It's kind of weird that we saw a mid-round no spawn. It's unfortunately just the way the Elim was made, is that it takes one spawn and tries to put 4 people around it, from my understanding. Let me update the score for everybody. We are now 1-1. Oops, that is not what you want. So it is 1-1, Globo Gym and Crytek's team. This is a deciding rubber match on FaZe, everyone's favorite map. I actually really like it. Well, I like the map. I wouldn't say I really like it, but I think it's fun. It's a little different, provides some different gameplay, and I think it's a solid addition, and it does create some different playstyles for this map anyways.
2, 1.
But what? Well, outside of the weird sound, whatever that was, we'll go on board with later and see if he can carry his team to a victory on FaZe, but right now he is not looking too hot. 10 HP right off the bat, and I don't think he's done any damage yet. He has not. Nolja did more damage to himself than the enemy team, as he's at -1. Unable to fix that until next round. Laterade getting a kill with legitimately 10 HP. Every little bit of damage he gets out now is damage that his team is going to be very happy. He takes that Chris Powell. This man isn't human. And if he can get he can't get the snipe on Crytek, but he's going to go in and try and back him up. Misses the combo timing, and if he, well, even getting this, he's not going to survive or snipe, but I don't know if he saw Crytek there. But he definitely saw that flak ball. He knows Crytek is over there somewhere in the low. Crytek has the bead on where he is exactly, takes him out. Crytek hitting the very, very nice shot. It was unfortunate for later aid, he took so much damage early in the round, he couldn't... it just made that clutch very hard against Crytek. He would die to pretty much anything, even after getting 3 packs. I think people just need to... we need to know where the weapon spawns are so we can actually have good call-outs for them. Right now, I think people only really know where belt and boots are. And, I mean, there's that balcony. I've heard balcony as a call decently. Darth in a 3v1 gets one, but takes a lot of damage coming with the lift. An immediate big flak ball, but Snipey's says, I see your primary flak. I will show you my secondary flak. Takes him down. Snipey's, just for that, you will get... why is that not working? Oh, well, we're going to be on Nolja, I guess. I was going to try and go to Snipey's, but we've already played through so much of this round. We're just going to stick with Nolja. Kind of shows I don't think he's played this map very often. He's moving around it a lot less confidently than he moves around other maps. Maybe also just an less of a familiarity with UT4's movement system. I feel like he's just not taking advantage of the movement options UT4 offers. We'll go back on board with Crytek and see if he can clean this round up for his team. Currently stuck in courtyard. That's not usually where you want to be. Sees Necro, who's going to try and limit the amount of angles he can be shot from. Now knows where both of his opponents are. Lands a snipe on the later aid. Does not hit the flak. Tries to land some link. And Chris Powell comes in, finishes off Globo Gym that round for his team. It gets the ace, gets the follow. Chris Powell, show us your power. Colors could be helpful. I don't know if, again, we have the source for this map, just that we have it. Might need a full rebuild if we want to get a updated copy. Chris landing a couple of nice snipes, goes down. Crytek and Nolja in the 1v1. We'll go on board with Crytek. He immediately takes a snipe, lands a good combo, has to try and just... he backs out. I feel like that was playing with fire. Wasn't, but he doesn't read Nolja correctly, and Nolja gets the kill, gets their win. It is 2-2. Later leading the way, 3.9 PPR, Nolja 2.9. And since I promised we would watch Snipies after that round, we'll go to him right now. Lands a 171 damage combo. Absolutely leaves the pack for his teammates. This is everything you want from one of your lower salaried players. Just, oh, if he'd have connected that combo. Does get that one. I know it's spectator bug. He did get the combo, 47 damage. That is not a core or a primary. Kills Stone Cold. That is exactly what you want out of your 3 or 4 salaried player, currently at 2.6 PPR, putting out a good performance. Exactly the things you need to win. Callout list also works, just I don't think many people have bothered to look at it. I mean, we had the same problem last season, just it's very hard to get people to read at all these days. Literacy is not high among the UT community. But Snipey's not having as good of a round this time. You know, he did show out when we gave him the round, but Chris Powell, you should have shot a core there. He was trapped under the lift. That's prime opportunity for you to just land a fat combo. Later, did he boot jump or did he get caught? But Crytek now in the 2v1 knows both of his opponents were below. And it's going to go down and look. Later, it takes the belt lift up. I actually do prefer this from Crytek. In these clutch situations on this map, I feel like going below gives you a better opportunity. There's very limited angles from up top to see you, and they're going to probably push down to chase you. Crytek, he had to have heard that lift. He has to know later raid's over there somewhere. That's why he keeps checking. Yeah. I'm definitely heard later raid. Later raid, I think, heard him too. Necro does not see him. Laterade through the belt window, gets the kill, takes his team up to a 4-2 lead. We're going to go on board with him. He's currently got 4.6 PPR, shooting only 31%. I feel like the way Laterade aims, that's probably just a little bit of map knowledge, I'd have to say. I'd have to just... He knows less when he can kind of hit those, like, pixel snipe shots, prediction-wise. He does hit Darth there. Very good reaction time. Sees Stone Cold. If you see Darth, you're probably going to see Stone Cold as well. That's just how this team tends to play from experience. Darth, however, in the 2v1, Laterade very low. Necro can survive 2 snipes. Darth gets hit. Darth goes for the wrong target. Unfortunate for him. Does land the snipe, but goes down. This is going very quickly in favor of Globo Gym. Laterade still 4.5 PPR. Crytek 3.9. Trying to drag his team to victory. He needs Darth to get back up to around 3 like he was on Signify. I feel like playing 2 maps that Darth probably has a little bit less experience on has definitely been hurting his team, at least for this matchup. Granted, for FaZe, most people don't have a lot of experience on it. But I know that Darth has always been like a pug every night sort of person, so you might just not have seen this map as much. But Crytek and Laterade in the 1v1, they are just shock primarying each other, refusing, neither one of them backing down from the shock primary. They could have both flacked each other several times if they wanted. Crytek brings out the minigun, takes down Laterade, and well, that is one way to get around on board for your team. I mean, 6-2 would have been a very rough scoreline to try and come back from, I feel. I feel that's a morale-breaking point for Crytek's team at that point. We'll go on board with Crytek, see how his team comports itself. I feel like I get a spectator bug, and I feel like I see like a name tag there at the bottom, but maybe there's a decal. Crytek having people jump on him, they're like, you have high ping, Crytek, you're not gonna get the opportunity to. Well, Darth goes down instantly. I saw multiple link gun pullouts there. They weren't letting him get away. If they could have helped it. Very hard to do anything about high ping, well, link in your face when you have high ping. Snipies, they see Crytek, they're going to jump on him. Get out the link gun. But Snipies says, hold my link gun, you can hold this rocket. And takes down Crytek, absolutely. Gets rid of the best player for the other team. And that's the sort of thing you need. It lands a great... Man, every time we see this guy, he is doing good things, helping his team out. This is exactly what you want from your low-salary players, but it's now him and Darth in a 1v1. Darth making this round interesting. Come on, hit a snipe. Hit a headshot. Darth, good prediction combo. Takes down Snipies. Snipies was having himself around. Feels really unfortunate if you're Snipies, but them's the break sometimes. We'll go back to the main, who's got a 4.4 PPR, 14-6. Pretty much, if he dies, their likelihood of losing the round is very high. But if he's alive, they're gonna win more often than they're gonna lose. I mean, it seems like, you know, the team that wins the game is the one that scores the most points, but feels like Laterade is uniquely influential to his team winning, at least in this matchup. Everyone else on his team dying a little bit more than he is, but nowhere close to Chris Powell and Stone Cold and Darth, who have pretty much died, you know, a lot more than anyone on Globo Gym. And Globo Gym winning that round with a total of 19 HP between their two players. Not exactly where you want to be, but they're making it happen. Laterade getting really lucky that he just jumped down to where the jump pad was. I do remember when Fantasy fell off the back like that. He had to wall run to save himself. There's a pretty good clip of that. I will let you guys go find that on your own time, but truly, actually, quite impressive save. But Laterade now staring down Crytek and Darth. Darth, this man says, shock primary is all I need. And, ooh, that would have been a good shot for him to hit. Almost needed to hit that. Runs directly into the full health Crytek, who boots up. Crytek just says, I will Kami on you and win this round. I do not care. He is trying to drag his team, kicking and screaming, to a win. He's up to 3.6 PPR. Blink and you'll miss Nolja's life. He dies in about half a second. Crytek, a great snipe into combo. Good prediction from our Mr. 1000. And he's looking back to Courtyard, the scene of his absolute murder of Nolja, and he just murders Crytek in exactly the same way. Late in the 3v1. Gets one. Crytek says, I am going to go for you. Gets two. Darth, don't do it to him, Late. Come on. Hits Darth again. Darth thinks he's lower than he is. He needs to land a snipe. He still needs another snipe. Laterade wins the 3v1. That should not have happened. Crytek, you pushed into him. That was really unfortunate. Crytek going to be kicking himself after that. Just needed to protect it. I feel like he needed to protect his life more there. He can't be the player pushing. He just means way too much to his team. He's way too strong to be giving up his life that needlessly for his team, unfortunately. And Darth and Crytek now in the 2v2 against Late and Crytek very low. Darth the healthiest player in the server. Crytek sees Laterade, unable to... Nice flak ball, nice snipe. Crytek, you are not human. Absolutely filthy, disgusting play. Laterade's at 4.8 PPR, and Crytek is just going up. He has been just shooting up PPR-wise. He's now at 4.2. Both of these players right now are absolutely they can't miss. They do a ton of damage. They are must-watch Unreal Tournament television, and no one else is getting the follow as long as these two are alive and carrying their teams as heavily as they have been. Crytek a little bit off on the combo timing. There's actually another player down there. I don't know if he knew that. I think he knows that lift went up. Takes out Laterade, sees Necro. He's in the 2v1. He's kind of that is a very dangerous place to be getting shock primaried in. I know from several pugs, if you get caught in that little doorway, you can actually get just stuck on the little outcroppings of it, and you just won't be able to move. But he's able to safely get out of the courtyard and give himself a chance. He definitely heard that lift. Combos a hair too early. Snipies, great patience, sits back at the perfect angle and timing, doesn't get hit by the combo, is just ready for Crytek to push into him. What patience from Snipies. He's had some great plays so far this game. And Crytek now needs to drag his team on a big run here. And he's not seeing anyone. Finally does see someone. Takes down Nolja. That's a big get. Necro in the 3v1 goes down. 9-7. I mean, they're do or die. They have to win out. They need 3 more rounds in a row in order to win the match. It's a tall task. Laterade does not let teams win that many rounds in a row for free. Crytek, though, however, takes out Laterade, puts his team in a 3v2. This is exactly where they want to be. Darth is currently fighting Crytek. Oh, just a little bit off in that combo. Just takes down Nolja. Snipey's just jumps right into Crytek. Crytek landing a ton of... Crytek. The man needs to go nuclear, and he is trying his best to absolutely carry his team to a victory. Need him to keep... He needs to keep hitting like he just hit Necro 3 times with Sniper like that. Ooh, almost hits Later Aid with that shot. That probably would have been a headshot had he connected. The only thing he could see was the head. A little bit of damage onto Snipey's. Hits Necro. You know, he's getting the damage out. Just needs to finish some kills. Later Aid goes down. You take the health pack. I'm like, they know exactly where Snipey's is. They're going to... I mean, Snipey's is going to go down. We are now at match and map point. This is a do or die, nut up or shut up round, and both teams on the brink of losing this match now. Crytek's team could potentially complete the big comeback, or Later Aid's team just snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. But right now, Crytek is alive. Later Aid decently healthy. Later Aid eats a snipe though. This team is very... Crytek walks into a big combo. He's got to play very defensively for the rest of this round. Misses the snipe onto Later Aid, and now it's down to Stone Cold and Chris Powa in the 2v3. Stone Cold using that IG aim, landing the snipe he needs to. Necro very healthy. They're going to try and chase him down. Later Aid is to their left. Later Aid's just sniping across. That was not exactly... I feel like they lost track of where their opponents were. Too focused on Necro, who is killable. Later Aid snipeable. And Necro dies to pretty much anything. He's in danger of becoming a corpse himself. That's how low he is. Does see Necro. This is a great map for this sort of situation. I mean, it's great for Later Aid too. Even though Chris Pow is healthy, Late could just hit a couple of good snipes. I mean, if you're Chris,
Overtime.
you just start running. You know he's low. You know he's hurt. Just don't let him get on you. He's going to have to push directly into you and lose the round. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's not that low, though. But he's... Later Aid getting the health pack, buying himself a little bit of time. And Later Aid bleeds out. Chris Powa says, I don't care. You can call me what you want. I'm going to be called a winner at the end. And he bleeds out Later Aid. Smart. Really smart, to be honest. Again, really hard to see the stats at the end. Just people leave too quickly. I mean, they make it for stats. Stats, gets collected, but they just don't stay long enough in the server for me to read out their scores at the end of the round. But Crytek's team takes it in a slightly anticlimactic game ending with a last round bleed out. That was not exactly what you want to see as a spectator. But hey, a win is a win. So, well, that was certainly something. And, I hope that everyone enjoyed the match. This has been, once again, a broadcast of the Fall Elim League, hosted by UTPugs. And until next time, have a good one.